Hello, how is everyone? I trust you're all well. Hi, Angel. Shame, I hope you're feeling better, girl. Shampoo Angel's been very, very sick. Thoughts and prayers for Angel. I think she's feeling a little better today, but yeah, not been well. I want to give a shout out to a homie from South Africa, my hometown, Paul Noah. Hi, girl. It's bad when you have to see your broker via YouTube, but yeah, I'll pop around in the week. Hi, Cole Hauser. How are you? Trust you're having a blast with the raucous lot from Geeks and Gamers. Just want to see Wendy is in chat as well. Yeah, okay. I'm going to try something different. Hi to everyone else that's lurking. I'm glad to hear you're good, that you weren't seriously, were you involved in the thunderstorm? We're lucky to still have you with us. Hail, Discat Matt. Discat Matt says, hello to everyone, and it's excellent to see all of us. Jesus Christ bless us all with excellence. Thank you very much, Matty. We're sure to have a good stream now. Okay, I thought I'd try something different. Oh, did you guys see TNME? I think the intro went down well. Carl Hauser says they were all golfing that day. By the way, I don't know if anyone watched TNME and X-Wing and Beardo's near-death experience. Carl Hauser was there as well, but he was not affected because in Canada they have way worse than that. So yeah. Anyway, I think the intro went down well. Somebody said in the chat that I should have called it Geeky Blinders. And damn, I can kick myself because that is just, sorry, there's a Michi. A Michi is a, I don't know, tiny, tiny little insect. But in any case, so yeah, Geeky Blinders would have been so much better. Oh, I hate it when I hear something afterwards that got him. When I hear something afterwards that just sounds so much better. But I am planning to animate the full song and post that as well at some point. And then I think I'll change the name to Geeky Blinders. It just sounds so much better. I mean, don't you think so as well, this cat, Matt? It's just brilliant. It's like, oh, really a missed opportunity there. Oh, must try harder. I wonder if ChatGPT would have thought of that if I'd asked. But anyway, I stand by my peaky geekers, but Geeky Blinders would have been so much better. Okay, so for today's stream, I thought we would try something different. I'll still take requests if anybody has anything specific they would like memed or done. Carl also says, I told Beardo and X-Wing we need to leave. They said, no, the storm is far away. Next thing you know, we were all covered in. Oh, no. But anyway, you live to tell the tale. That's good. I heard Jeremy say that he wants somebody to make a reenact the whole thing with an animation. So it's something I'm thinking about doing. I still haven't mastered adding speech, so it would be a bit difficult to do it without speech. But it's definitely something to think about. Brenda Kruger says, poppycock, I was on the wrong one. Just woke. Must be stupid. Never, Brenda, never. You're very sharp, girl. Yeah, this cat Matt says they should have listened. Okay, so I did a little bit of just prepping for tonight because I thought, you know what, we can wing it only up to so far, and then I need to start having a little bit of a plan in place, and that includes plugging my laptop in quickly because it looks like it's going to go flat. It's in. Okay, so hi, Colin Noah, that's my friend from Port Elizabeth. Hi, Pearly Whirly. Hi, Becha. Oh, yes, we can speak some Xhosa here on this channel as well. Ndisapile, unjani pa? When's Anton? So anyway, I'm just speaking some Xhosa to my friend. Yeah, she's watching from Gqeberha. It used to be Port Elizabeth, but then they changed the name to Gqeberha, which sounds like something you hock up when you've got the flu. But that's the way it goes. Hi, Mystic Girl. Hi, Warbing. Check Warbing's nice avatar. I wonder who did that. Okay, so let me hop in. Hi, Deb. Deb's also in. So all my mods are in chat, so they'll look after you nicely while I try and do something exciting. Did I say hello to you, Mystical? Memory of a goldfish? I probably did. Welcome. Okay, so what I did was, let's share screen first. Add to stage. What am I adding to stage? Oh, shit. I must remove that. Sorry. Remove from studio. So let's get rid of that. And then add share screen. We want entire and, oh crap, let me just get rid of that one first. And then we want entire screen, which is that one. And we want the audio. See, we're learning. Okay. So that's the iPad. We don't want the iPad just yet. But you know what? I'm going to put something on the iPad that's moving so that I don't have to keep logging the stupid thing in. So what can I put on? I'll put on a video and I'll just let it loop. Okay, let's just put the volume down. Oh, the volume is off. Okay, so that can just loop. Oh, I must still add it to stage. Oh, add to stage. We're learning. Anyway, so we're just going to let that loop because then my iPad doesn't keep losing the signal to the TV. And then there is my ChatGPT. Okay. Is everyone excited to see what we're going to create today? Let's hope it works. So basically what we're going to try and do is just a short little story created from scratch. I do this all the time when I do the animations for the songs that I animate, because then you basically, you're not giving ChatGPT a face and saying, create a character around this face. You're basically saying to ChatGPT, this is what I want, and it then creates a scene, and then hopefully that works. But I'm not scared and shy to use AI, and I'm not even shy to say I use AI. So what I got ChatGPT to do a short cinematic AI story, just to give us a storyboard that I've looked at. And I think we could animate this and make something nice and exciting in about an hour or two. So it's called The Letter. Okay, now they've written the whole thing for me. I'm not reading that because I'll wing it. So the concept is the soldier carries a letter from home during a cold mountain patrol. Through a series of cinematic moments, the letter becomes the emotional thread that connects each scene. So it was going to give me full-on action and everything. And then I said, you know what, the majority of my viewers are actually ladies. And now I have a lot of men in my chat today. So sorry. So I said, maybe just get away from the war theme for a little bit and maybe just soften it up. So anyway, either way, we will see action because there's going to be a little bit of action here. So let's start with scene 1. I just want to see. Okay, so there it is, scene 1, the letter. So now I'll just copy that and hide. And I'm going to just paste it there. And I'm just going to say to Joe, wait a minute, I've got a mic and all. Let's see if I can get the mic to come here without disconnecting. Okay. Wait, something's happening here. There, sorry. Was the sound bothering? Because I had the sound on still on the iPad. Please. create an image of this scene. I would like a typical winter landscape to match the setting. So a cool color palette, and I'm pretty sure, oh shit, I meant to tell it what I want. So okay, well there it goes already. So maybe I've created enough images that it knows to do it in Cinema Real. So let's just see what we get. No. That doesn't look bad, but that's not going to animate well. This is very, very nice, but I want it in landscape. But I see that is Hollywood Cinema Real IMAX quality, so it's fine. But it has to be in landscape. Every image must be in landscape. But did you guys see that? That doesn't look bad, eh? Let's just do that. So, oh, let's go back. Where the hell did it go? Oh, okay. Okay, it's recreating, but while it's not creating, do you see there? That doesn't look bad. That actually looks very, very nice. I like the colors, and you do sort of get a feeling of the emotion with the man sitting there with his letter. And then we'll edit it together nicely. So we're going to create the 6 images first, and then we will animate. Or if you want, we can create, animate, create, animate. Let's see where the wind blows us. So let's go out here. Just go down. Get rid of that. There we go. Okay, so does that look better? Because now we've got it in landscape mode, which is what we want. Okay, so time to stroke its ego and say this is perfect. Let's proceed to scene 2. And this is using ChatGPT. So basically all you need to do is just let ChatGPT write your storyboard, have a look at what it's suggested. If there's changes you want to make or you want things slightly different, then you can tell it, okay, change this, change that, whatever. But I only made a few tweaks, and then I just copied it over to here. And let's go and create image 2. Oh, here, paste. There we go. Okay, so let's see if we can get image 2. Sometimes when ChatGPT and I are vibing, then it goes quickly. And it is kind of nice when you've got a storyboard mapped out, because then it goes a lot faster. And yeah, I did the same with Peaky Blinders. I think when we did the stream the other night, I'd already created all the images. I went back and created more afterwards to fill in the gaps in the animation. You know, and my fingers get a lot of exercise scrolling backwards and forwards. Then scene 3, the warning. Paste. And at this point, I don't even have to tell ChatGPT, do this, do that. I just paste the prompt and it will generate for me. I'm just checking quickly. This cat says the marching soldiers against the mountain backdrop looks striking. I bet it will animate well. I'm hoping so, Matty, because when you animate, it really brings it to life, and it will bring rays of sunshine in sometimes, and it really looks good. Wendy says, oh boy, I hope dearly that you don't going to use the last goodbye for this. The song is a song that I still can't hear fully yet. I'm assuming you get emotional. Wendy's native language is Dutch, but we understand each other. Please don't use the last goodbye. What song is the last goodbye? Is it one that Dan does? Why does it not ring a bell with me now? Because I only use his music because of copyright. You saw what happened to my stream, the 5th one that we did, the 5th live stream. It's still sitting in blocked mode while the dispute is going on, but I re-uploaded it as a normal video. So at least it's still there to see. Okay, so it's busy generating. You know what we could do while we're waiting is maybe I want the animation. Oh, you know why I don't want to animate and do the images in between? It's by Dan the yes, it's from the Hobbits. Oh, that is. I've actually thought about that. Why didn't I remember that? Anyway, I've actually thought about animating that one already, because that one with the lyrics and everything, it's just, oh, it's such a nice song. Okay, so what did we think of this one? That's now the patrol. Ben says, I scheduled my lunch for this time. Nice, I can watch this. Oh, cool. At least I'll have a couple of people watching me every night. Thanks, Ben. I really appreciate that. Okay, so we're happy with that one. So let's copy, and then I think we. Okay, so we're going to go to. Told you my finger's going to get a lot of action here. The encounter. A sudden chaotic clash erupts. The squad dive for cover. So paste, and off we go. Now, do you guys see how easy it is? The challenge is, thanks, Brenda Kruger. Brenda Kruger says she likes it. Mystic Girl says it's looking good. Wait until we get to animating. That's where the exciting part comes in. But in any case, do you see? Okay, look, some days it goes easy, like now. Just before the stream started, I was trying to create an image for someone for a thumbnail, and it just kept messing it up. So sometimes it goes quickly, sometimes it doesn't. What's making this go very, very easy is the fact that we don't have a central character. We don't have to keep likeness, like when I'm doing the TNME animations, because there it kind of has to look like the guys from TNME. Even when it doesn't, it's still funny. So, okay, so that's a nice little action scene. Just a bit worried about how it will animate, because there's like a half a body there. Now you see, now this is where the wheels start to fall off. Let me just have a serious discussion. Hi, could we perhaps do this one over? The soldier to the extreme right looks like he has no body. He only has an upper body. There's no lower body. And you know what Grok is going to do with that when we animate. Do you think we could just recreate this one with fully intact bodies? I don't see blood, so I'm assuming he's still in one piece. I shouldn't be sarcastic, eh? I sometimes forget it's AI. And yeah, but sometimes this ChatGPT understands my sarcasm, or yeah, it like really vibes. Wendy says, even the last goodbye is a good one as a funeral song. Yeah. I don't know, the only one that ever gets played at ours, apart from hymns, is the Amazing Grace. And they normally sing that at the grave as the coffin is being lowered. And then, and Pearl, I don't know if Pearl is still in chat. Pearly Willie, are you still there? Pearl Toll, what? I've got to get my tongue nice and wet for that. Tollies, I can't. Anyway, Pearl will tell you as well. Then often with the funerals, especially if it's on the farm, with, the staff and that, then the black staff or the black, at black funerals, then they do a whole harmonizing thing where they all sing together and they harmonize. And then every now and again, you'll get someone who casts the bad spirits away. It's super moving. Anyway, it's holy swag. Just couldn't get my X there. Okay, so we're happy with that one. You see, at least that looks a little bit better. Maybe I should enhance it. Okay, do you see there? At least there's legs there now. Whereas with the previous one, and our fingers are getting, okay, so now we have the aftermath, as the Americans say. I think the British also say aftermath. We say aftermath, but now it just sounds weird. I'm listening to too much American TV and forgetting my own accent. Matt says, don't worry, the AI will learn and use the sarcasm when they hunt us. That's why every now and again I'm very nice, just to keep my shares up. Wendy says, so far I know, I haven't heard the Amazing Grace sung during a Dutch funeral. Look, it's very much a British thing, and it comes from my British ancestry, because my mom's family all came here with the boats in 1820. So we can trace our ancestry all the way back. The Americans to, what is it, the Mayfair or the Mayflower? We've got one more to do, and then we can animate. And then we'll decide if we want to extend. So the ending, I must say, I saw no bloody letter in any of those images. The letter is supposed to be the thread that pulls it all together. But I suppose realistically, you're not going to whip out a letter in the middle of a battle scene. Not unless you've been shot and you're busy saying goodbye. Okay, so let's see what we get for scene 6, and then we'll start animating. And what I'll do is, because with Grok on the iPad, it first you give it the image and it first does its own animation, and then I give it the animation prompt. So it'll be interesting to see the contrast between what Grok creates out of its own, and he places the letter safely. Okay. Sorry. It's a little bit difficult to animate if we can't actually see the letter. Should we not see the letter in this image? I think the image needs to be flipped so that he's facing us and he's putting the letter in his pocket or taking the letter out and looking at it. I don't think that image is suited for the purpose that we want to use it for. Can you please redo it? Do you guys agree with me? There's the whole point of this image. I could still use it to do a camera pan, but if you do a camera pan, then you lose the face because Grok doesn't know what the face was in the first place. But the scene is supposed to be he puts the letter in his pocket and blah, blah, blah. But how? You don't see anything. It should be the other way around. Don't you just love the landscape though? Look at the sun peeking through there. It looks really good. I'll copy it anyway. So, if we want to extend the scene and we want to shoot it from 2 different angles, I always say shoot. Meanwhile, it's just generate. But shoot gives it a movie feel. In my mind, I feel like a movie director. Anyway, let's go back and see. Okay, there's something weird going on. I suppose Grok can animate this because, what he's wearing, you can't really mess it up. So let's go paste. Okay, so now we want to start animating these puppies. So I'm going to go back, give it that, Let's just make short copies because sometimes it says copy and then it actually doesn't. So let's go back to there and then we'll start having fun. Paste. This is scene 1. Please write a cinematic animation prompt for this. Oh my word. Okay, we're not going to. Oh, wait, I can fix my typing. I don't know why my typing sucks like this. I think my nails are too long, or maybe I need to get a more expensive keyboard. Oh, you know what? It's still taking its time to download. Don't know why. Anyway, it's taking a while. Discat Matt says the landscape looks fantastic. Brenda says, yep, that's a keeper. So yeah, I think we could get something interesting out of this. It's now not going to be Skop, Skit and Donner, which is blood, guts and gore and high action. But it's just, oh, father. Okay, let's just try uploading that again. Paste. Yeah, it got stuck the previous time. I hope that's yes, it is. Okay, so while that's busy, we're going to go to here. Oh, flipping hell. Sorry. I need to connect the iPad again. Okay. So we are going to go to WhatsApp. And we are quickly going to just save these images. So save so that they lie in the photo library for Grok to pick them up. Okay, so why did I put that in there twice? I don't think they're following any. Oh, this is the aftermath. And then that was the wrong angle. So just remind me when we're uploading that I don't use the wrong one. Okay, so now all the photos are in my photo gallery, which is fine. Plus we have the animation prompt from Grok. Sorry, I'm just getting my little iPad pencil out. Okay, so we're going to go to Imagine. And let's, no. First, we're going to go to ChatGPT, the one on my iPad, because remember the two sync. And there it is, Cinematic AI Story. So there we have our prompt. Now, you could read through the whole prompt. It says camera begins with a steady cinematic frame matching the base, and then let me just go back here. Sorry. Oh, I'm a Wally. Could we please do these as 10 seconds Super Grok prompts? It's written me a 6-second prompt. So I'd rather go with a 10-second prompt because out of the sequence, if it's a longer sequence, I can choose which part of the sequence I want to use, and it still gives me enough footage to work with. Instead of it just being 6 seconds, and if it takes like 3 seconds for something to really happen, then it means I've got 3 seconds to work with and it interrupts the flow. Now, if you're doing something that's fast-paced, it's okay to have quick 2-3 second blurbs in between. But if you're doing something like this, you kind of want the flow to be there. So now it's redone it for me. So let me just go out and then come back in again. You kind of have to do that for the iPad to update. Okay, so there is my 10 seconds. Okay, so let's copy it. And then we're going to Grok. And I've got Super Grok. But I think with normal Grok, you can do this as well. So the scene that we want is the very first one where you're sitting at the campfire. And now Grok's going to generate its own version. And then we can compare that with, okay, there's Grok busy generating. Then we can compare that with what we get when we let Grok do its own thing versus if we let ChatGPT give it a prompt. And then that will be interesting to see the difference. Okay. Are you guys enjoying seeing this? I hope so. Because if this works out fine, then we can try something different every... Did you see how that fire spontaneously combusted? Okay, so that's what Grok did, just out of its own. I'll save it, because sometimes you can splice things like this in between. So, off. Fuckity-doo-dah. There. Paste. So now I'm pasting the Grok prompt in. And then we'll see what we get. Yeah. So it's going to be interesting to see if what you get when you actually let ChatGPT write your prompt. You've also got to be rigid. I've also learned that sometimes I don't need to let ChatGPT write the prompt because with some scenes, it's just, there's so much that it gives Grok that it slows the scene down and it bogs it down. That's why with the Peaky Blinders one, I just said to ChatGPT, this is Arthur and... Okay, now do you see the difference? You're already picking up the emotion and everything and the slow zoom in. And now another thing I do is I generate it twice. Because the second time it gives you something totally different. Not totally, because it is following the prompt, but the interpretation is different. And also, especially if it's a long prompt and there's a lot of stuff that has to happen, like text has to drop onto the screen and things like that, or you're introducing an element in animation, on the first generation, it will forget some of the stuff. So if I'm dropping MemeVibe animated by Anjanette, it could give me the Anjanette twice, or it repeats stuff. It does stuff wrong. So when you generate it a second time, it gets more of the elements right. So I'm looking now. I'll give that a smile. I loved it. What do you guys think? So there we've got two scenes. So I'll go with that one. So now we go back to here. Let me just take the sound off. Okay, so let's just get that off the screen. And we go back to Grok over here. Okay. And I want to now give it image number 2. Now I can just scroll back and fetch image number 2, but life's too short. So this is my quick way of doing it. So just go and fetch it out of my own WhatsApps. Okay, so scene 2 animation prompt, please. Hi, Matt Fun Cool. How are you? Keeping well? Matt says hello to everyone in chat. Well, I'm just repeating for anyone watching afterwards. We live in hope that people do watch afterwards. Okay, so there's my prompt. Now I just want to check, is it 10 seconds? Yes, it is. So what I'll do now is I go back to there so that we have my iPad again. Oh, it's the best thing I learned was how to cast this iPad onto the laptop. I never knew I could do that. So we want to go to SuperGrok, ChatGPT on my iPad, and let's just see. Okay, so I have to first go out. I'll leave that there. Then go back into chat. It's only a little bit of painful thing is you have to go out and come back in again because it needs to sort of sync. So there we have. No, man, that was the scene we're doing now is the patrol. Oh, focus, women, focus. Okay, so we're going to do the patrol now, which was, I'm not being funny, but the aftermath and the patrol. Look at those two images on the right. It looks pretty much like the same thing. Okay. So that we're first going to get Grok's version, and then we'll paste in the prompt for from ChatGPT. Matt says he took a break from writing and started messing with Suno AI. What is that, Matt? What is Suno AI? And Ben, I missed something of yours. You can do it with regular Grok, but you only get 6 seconds. Yes, the 10-second thing is something they introduced. And you know that the other day, Ben, I don't know if you were, if you saw the other stream we did the other day, I actually managed with Mike and his roller coaster, we actually managed to stretch it to 30 seconds by extending. But the problem with that is, if at the end of the previous scene or seconds, like the end of the 10 seconds, Mark's face is not in shot anymore, then it gives you a whole new face. Even with the one where we did Dan as a pirate, when we extended, we got Dan's neighbor instead of Dan. Okay, I just want to see. And Ben says you also can't pick different aspect ratios. Yeah, Matt says, I hope everyone is having a good day. And Suno AI allows you to make your own music. Oh, yeah. Listen, I can't sing to save. If someone's life depended on me singing, well, rest in peace. Okay, so this is what Grok generated on its own. Now, to be fair, it's not bad because, I mean, it's a bunch of guys on patrol in the snow. You can't really hook that up, can you? So, oh, wait, I've already got my prompt. So now I can go edit video. So I just tap it twice and then tap again to get my paste. So now there's the prompt from ChatGPT. I must make notes here so I don't lose track. Okay. Good old paper. I'm just going to find my pen. So we've got scene 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And we have a Grok version and we have a ChatGPT. So scene 1 we've done. Scene 2, we've got the Grok version and we're waiting for ChatGPT's version, which is almost done. Okay, see, the pacing on the ChatGPT one is different because of the fact that it's syncing up with what the feel and the mood and everything that we created with the first scene. So I kind of like that. So we'll save it as well. And then let's just, for shits and giggles, generate it a second time. And then we see what the difference is between the first and the second. Hi, James at Dracon is in chat. James, you're welcome to drop your link. You too, Discat Matt. Discat Matt has a channel where he also does animations. Sorry, there's a mosquito. He animates scenes from movies to a song. So you will choose a movie and then a particular song, and then he puts them together. It's amazing to see. Why is this so slow? And then James does music. 2 of his songs have featured on TNME, and Jeremy played both those songs. James, he played the Christmas one and the iDots Mobilized to Death on Cobra Cast. So that was good. So yeah, and then Makara. Hi, Makara. Makara also has a YouTube channel. So people drop your links. I really don't mind. So Makara also does art and she also streams. So yeah, people flog your ways there in my chat. As I said, I don't mind. Is there much of a difference between this one? So that was the previous one. And no, the only difference is in this one, it's the soldier in the forefront that lifts his gun. And in the next one, it's the second soldier. So you could, with these two, maybe string it out into a longer sequence because of the fact that it's 2 different characters doing something. So anyway, we'll save both. Now we're going to go back and go back to WhatsApp. And we're going for 3 now. So that was 1, 2, and then that was the binoculars thing. So copy, and we give that back to ChatGPT. And we say, write the animation prompt for, pretty sure my typing sucks, scene 3, please, because we're polite to the AI. Although this morning, my neighbors might have thought I had Tourette's again. But yeah, we survived. Okay, so that one's done. I've got the animation prompt. So let's go back here, go back there. And we want, oh, come on. Oh, there. So it's the binocular scene that we want next. Okay, and while Grok is doing its thing, we'll quickly go to ChatGPT, and it's scene 3. Let me just check. Yeah, you see it automatically updated. I don't need to close it and come back in. So lesson learned, I've got that ready. Let me go back to Grok. This is actually flowing nicely because it's working in sequence. We generated the images, and now we're animating the images. So letting ChatGPT write the prompts, and then we'll edit it all together. Okay, so this is what Grok did on its own. Okay, so I'm just going to tick that's scene 3, the Grok version, which I'll save. And then I'm going to paste in the prompt. So we've got a nice rhythm going. Dracon says the channel is at Dracon Culture Media. Didn't you also do, Dracon, a song for Jay to match his The Vindicta? And then I think The Beast animated it, if I'm not mistaken. That was very nice. I actually went and looked the other day. I've also got a day job, so I don't always get to keep up with everyone's channels on YouTube. I try and squeeze in here and there, and I'll have it playing on my second laptop this side, my old laptop. Okay, do you guys see the difference in mood here? Because this is what ChatGPT animated. We're very happy with that. And that was the one that Grok did. So a lot faster paced. And check the birds in the background there. Over the sun. That looks nice. So that was Grok's one. And then this is ChatGPT. You see the mood with ChatGPT's one? It's a lot slower paced and everything, whereas the Grok one is faster paced. So it's interesting. Anyway, I've already saved it. So we're just going to generate it. I don't know if it's worth generating everyone a second time because I'm pretty happy with that. And what it does, let me just see for shits and giggles what it does this time around. I've got an eyelash in my eye. Excuse me. I might have to go off camera for that. Back. No, it's out. Okay. Makara says she'll be right back. Okay, so everyone's dropped their links nicely. That's awesome. It's almost finished generating. Okay, so this is this scene. And then it zooms to, I'm assuming they're picking up movement at the bottom there. Yeah, you can see a lot of troops moving in the background. So let's just see what was the difference. Yeah, you see the movement here is slightly different, and I actually prefer this scene. So let's just save it as well. Now we go back to my WhatsApp, and we want the encounter. So we grab it, and off we go to ChatGPT, and we say, please animate scene 4. I should have said, please write animation prompt. But I think by this time, ChatGPT knows what I want. Okay, so while that's happening, we can go back there and back there. And let's go and choose the fight scene. Okay, now we want the fight scene where we saw the legs, where the legs weren't cut off. And I think I only downloaded the one, so that's fine. So let Grox generate its little scene while we wait. And then let's just quickly go to ChatGPT and check that it is scene 4. Yeah. Copied. Go back to Grok. Got a nice little rhythm going. That's already on 50 something. So it was nice because it carried on animating in the background while we were busy with this. If you guys have got any ideas for a story for us to do tomorrow night, just let me know so that I can put together a storyboard of revolving your concept, and then we can create that tomorrow. Oh, that's exciting. Okay, this is Grok's version. So, yeah, I'm pretty sure if a bomb went off that closely to you, you'd be ripped to shreds with shrapnel. But anyway, that's Grok's version. And paste. Zombie apocalypse. Now that's an idea, because imagine that's smacked fun cool. The Weasel. Hi, the Weasel. Says hello to everybody. Brenda Kruger says at Warbin 55, that sounds so good, but I don't have pork. Oh, you can't have pork. You have gout, and pork makes it worse. What did you say about pork, Warbin? If I watch everyone streams all day, I have no time to do my own art. Deb, we should have you on someday as well. I'm trying to think to do so that on weekends I feature someone from the community that does, that also creates content using AI, or the old-fashioned way, the proper way. But yeah, to have them on the stream as well and to show us how they do what they do. Deb, you know what you should do is, if you are busy working on art, do time-lapse photography. So just take a photo every hour of your progress. And then if you come on the stream with me, then you're basically just showing your images as they develop. Because it's difficult to actually now sit and sketch online or whatever. But if you're doing the time-lapse photography, you could show us the progress through a piece from where you start with your framing it and mapping it out on your canvas to the end result. So think about that. A dogfight in outer space might be fun to do. See Grok animate. Geez, Matt, I hope you're making notes here. You can WhatsApp it through to me later. Shane, Matty was going to be on the channel this weekend, but he had, I don't know if I can say or not, so I'll just wait and see. But yeah, there was someone in the family got ill, so he won't be able to join us this week, but definitely in April. And then Kiwi is actually going to also be doing something, so she'll join us, but just not this Sunday. Mario Day was yesterday. Maybe you can do something about Super Mario. WhatsApp me, Wendy, or you can do something with Pokepedia. You see, I don't really game. And I stick to what I know, because gamers are a specific breed. They know exactly what's happening. And if I go and fuck it up, if I ask, like, if I come with, what are your frags? You know, that from TNME, I'm going to hit my name with a major plank. So I stick to what I know. It's safer that way. What did you see this one that ChatGPT animated? That's pretty impressive, but I'm bloody sure that bomb is overkill and it's far too close to those troops. So let me generate it a second time, because I'm not even going to use that. Actually, let me go back. I can use parts of that scene. But you see what I mean? Realistically, that looks like a mini atom bomb that went off there. We've got to get you on Steam. What's Steam? Matt, what is Steam? Brenda says, okay, while we're waiting for this to animate again, thanks, my daughter does it with beef or chicken. I'm assuming you're swapping recipes. That sounds fantastic. Deb says it's definitely a possibility. Yeah, I only have one rule. If you come on, don't come with, I battle to relate if I can't see someone's face. So yeah, if I can put my big, fat, ugly old mug on screen, then anyone can. Okay. Okay, check this. Oh my God. Look at, did you see that? Look there. I mean, that looks like an orange. Segments of an orange. That is just ridiculous. I will generate it a third time. So you see, sometimes you have to just generate until you get a sequence. It's a program for computer games. Oh, okay. Yeah, I've got my whole family's gamers. I think I'm the only one who doesn't game, and my daughters. But all the grandchildren, my husband was always a gamer, and all my cousins, and yeah. Yeah, so I'm just generating that because I think you guys, I think we're in agreement. The way that cloud formed, that's not realistic. It's a gaming play. You know what? I'd love to learn, and there's a few things I have played, if Angry Birds counts. I just don't have the time because I still have to run my practice. So this is all done in spare time. Doesn't Angry Birds count? My husband's laughing his ass off there on the other side. Angry Birds apparently does not count. Warbin says Taco Bell is awesome late night, but I have way too many really good actual restaurants within about a half a mile of my house. Yeah, that's awesome when you've got restaurants close by. This one's almost finished animating, but it seems to be stuck on 98%. So you know what I'm going to do while we're waiting? I can just move on. We've got 2 more scenes to do. So that was that one, and then we've got the aftermath. See, you guys are making an American out of me because now I'm saying aftermath instead of aftermath. Oh, no, I can't even say it in English, in my language, my way. Animate Scene 5, please. Okay, so we can get our animation prompt in the meantime. Yeah, I'm having serious, it's not affecting the stream, I don't think, but things are taking an age to upload. Paste and get rid of that one. Now look at that, so much faster. Animate scene 5. Okay, so while that's happening, let's go back to here, there, and go back to Grok. It's still stuck on 98%. I'm going to give it one more chance. Otherwise, the one that Grok itself animated wasn't so bad. So between the 4 animations that I've saved, I can cut out that weird looking orange bundt cake explosion that happened there, because that just did not look real. I've watched enough war movies to know that doesn't happen. Brenda Kruger says she's not a gamer, but her daughter is, and she goes to Comic-Con. She makes costumes like crazy. Deb, I'm sure you're fine. My friend also thought she looked like Quasimodo, and she looks fine. Sorry to hear, Deb, and I'll pray for you to have a quick recovery, says the Scat Matt. Okay, so how did this one turn out? Oh, you see, this one gave me various camera angles. I could use this. So let's just save it and let's move on. We're on to the second last image now. No, we're actually on to the last one. Yes, we're on to the aftermath, but I was still flipping fixating on getting a decent image. No. Let's go back there. Let's select that and let Grok do its thing. And while Grok's doing its thing, I can go fetch my prompt. Scene 5, the aftermath, copied. And we'll go back and see what Grok's doing. Grok's moving at the rate of knots. So, hot. So we're on 39%. You're back, Makara. Nice. Matt also says, excellent to see you back, Makara. My father-in-law fractured his hip on his overseas holidays. So Matt and his wife will be spending their free time getting his house ready when he returns. Shane, where was he holidaying, Matt? Was it in Europe or somewhere else? Okay, so this is Grok's version, which I have to say doesn't look too bad. Oh, geez, he's still waving his little letter. But I can cut that out. I mean, why would you be running through the snow waving a piece of paper? Now, do you see what's happened is Grok has picked up from all the animation prompts that we've given it from ChatGPT that there's a letter on the go here. So now when Grok does its own animation, it's got the letter featuring. So Grok also, uses its egg and thinks. Okay. Anyway, we are now going to add our prompt from ChatGPT, and we'll see if it's also waving a letter around, which it shouldn't be. Shame everyone's commiserating with everyone in chat, so that's fantastic. In India, oh my soul. What is the medical care like in India, by the way, Discat Matt? I've been to Bali and Phuket and those areas, but I've never been to, it's supposed to be a letter for his lady, but if they've just been attacked and they're now running to safety, I don't think he'd be waving it about. So I'm interested. Oh, look. ChatGPT also has him holding the letter. The letter looks far too crisp. Let's see. I don't really like the fact that the letter is in here because it doesn't look natural. So what I'm doing is The soldier holding the letter lingers behind the group. The letter has is weathered from repeated reads. Because you can't have the letter looking all crisp like it's just rolled off the typewriter or out the photostat machine. Not crisp and new. So let's see if I include that. So this is what I mean about your prompt. Sometimes you just have to, when you see what the animation does, you have to go and just give it a little bit more direction, because I just honestly don't think the letter would be looking all crisp and clean. Yeah, I thought so, Matt, that the medical care wouldn't be the greatest. My daughter is in China. Now, China is, I know it gets it gets a lot of negative press because, I mean, it is a communist state and that, but we spent 3 weeks there just before COVID hit. We literally got home and 3 months later it was COVID. So the medical care there is very good. This level of safety is fantastic. Okay, the letter looks a little bit more authentic now. You know what I'm saying? It looks almost like it's parchment now and not just a crispy thing that's just been, and it looks a little bit handwritten as well. So I like that. I'm not even going to bother to generate a second one. Okay, so let's just go back to Grok. But first we want the last image. Okay, we want that one. And okay. And while we're waiting for Grok to do its thing, let's go back there. Back there. You guys must be getting dizzy from all the screen switching. So we want to go to Grok and we want to give Grok the next or the last image to let Grok do its thing. I'll show you what I mean. If I go here now and I paste, even though I get the paste right, you kidding me? Okay, they fixed their mistake. Because before what would happen is if I pasted my prompt in while Grok was still doing its animation, the little arrow here wouldn't be highlighted. It would be grayed out. So even though I managed to paste the prompt in, I wouldn't be able to actually animate until Grok had finished. So now I've basically fluffed up. So I'm going to have to go and add it again, because the prompt that I gave it was the prompt from the previous image. So I need to fetch this prompt first. Oh, yeah, the ending. Okay, copy. I don't know how exciting this is going to be. But in any case, okay, paste. Okay, I'm so glad Grok fixed that, because you know what? It was such a waste of time to have to wait for Grok to animate its version first before you could put your own version in. So I'm glad they fixed that, because there was a software update on iMovie. So they obviously fixed that. Anyway, I was busy saying about China. It is incredibly safe there. Okay, I don't know about the underworld, because I think every country has its like gang underworld or whatever. But if politicians are caught being corrupt there, you get executed. So corruption always happens. People just get more clever or cleverer at hiding it. Okay, so this is how this ends. But again, the letter is too crisp. I'm going to just quickly go and edit the prompt again. Placing the letter. Okay, so let's just say again, the letter is weathered from many reads. So I'm just going to say the same thing again. Not crisp and new. Okay, so let's just edit. The weasel, hi the weasel, didn't even see you sneaking in there. Love seeing the process. I've got no problems with making images and music, but haven't played around with animation yet. Well, I don't know if you go and rewatch the stream, unless you just got here. Well, if you just got here, then yeah, rewatch the stream. You'll see we created the images in chat. We first got ChatGPT to write a storyboard based on the concept. And then it wrote different scenes. We animated each scene, and then we generated the images. That's actually quite a nice. And you see now the letter looks more realistic there than the previous version. So sometimes I do spot the details. I might have had Tommy Shelby have smoke blowing out of his eyes, which I only saw after people in chat mentioned it, but sometimes I pick up the details. But I think I like this one because I've saved it. So let me just go to the photo app and let's just see. So we've got one scene of that. I've got two scenes of that. I've got two scenes. There's three, and there's two. Okay, so shall we start animating this puppy? Okay, that's a great fade out. I thought so too, Matt. I'm actually tempted to just go back and generate it a second time, just as a matter of interest, to see what it turns out like. The healthcare in New York is disgusting. I almost died 3 times. It's only by the grace of God that I'm still here, says Brenda. I've heard that your healthcare system isn't that great. My niece is in New Zealand, and they also, you're part of the National Health. And I mean, she had the most horrendous birth there. Her first child was born in South Africa, and they did a cesarean section. But when she went over there, they insisted that she try and give birth normally. And the problem was she didn't fully dilate. So the baby got stuck in the birth canal. So they literally had to butcher this poor child to get the baby out. And I mean, she's still suffering like major trauma from that. In South Africa, that would never happen because even the government hospital knows when to do a C-section. So, and I've seen in the British hospitals as well, they try and let you give normal birth as much as possible, but sometimes it's just not. Okay, what did that letter look like? Did it look all crisp and did you see that now, Matt? That was a totally the letter looked good. And look at that. That was more of a zoom out than on the previous image. The previous image was more focused on his face. So you could almost do a cut where you get both angles. Why is there such strong rivalry between the Aussies and the New Zealanders? I don't know. I thought the rivalry was more between the South Africans and the Australians and New Zealanders because, we are World Cup champions for rugby, 3rd time, or 2 World Cups running. And I think we've won it the most times. Okay, we're going to animate. We're going to edit now. How long have I been on? An hour. Is everyone still good to go? Are you happy to hang while I animate this? So we're out of there. So I just want to close. Okay, so we are. It should have been Geeky Blinders. I really missed a trick there. So we're going to start a new project. We're going to go movie and we're going to create. Okay. Ideas in chat. I think, did someone say last goodbye? I don't think the last goodbye will go with this. I suppose it could. but we do sort of want a slower paced song for this. Okay, so recently added. Now this is nice because, I mean, you basically just scroll back, and in the iMovie app, can you guys see? So that was the first one that Grok did. And then this was the ChatGPT one. And that was the first one. And this was the second. Let me just see. I just want to see what the first one was. And these are all 10 seconds long. So we could cut them shorter if we feel. Debbie's Joy. Hi, girl. Nice to see you. I now looked up and okay, we don't have to watch the whole thing again. I just wanted to see the end. So it's just I just wanted to see what happens at the end here. Okay, that's a zoom in on his face, so you get more emotion. And then let's see this one. I kind of like the snow, but this one sets up more. So let's go there. And I just learned a new trick because I used to have to go, I don't know if you saw in the previous streams, I would have to go to each photo and remove the sound. But no, ChatGPT is cool now because you just detach the audio. So we have, I just want to see what the next scene is after this. That's, okay, this is Grok's Patrol, which was a little bit too fast-paced. Okay, now I am thinking on that first scene, Grok had him getting up. So, yeah, but then he walked all stupid. Let's see if we can actually use that here. Let's just first get rid of the audio. And let's just see how it flows from there to there. Okay. So we could cut that out. So if we go from there to there maybe, and just have him start to move. We'll just see. We can take it out. Because he walks like a, I don't know, he walks really weird. Yeah, but it's still weird. My husband's saying he's walking in the snow, but it's still a weird walk. Okay, and then I'm going to use the dissolve function. Now, unfortunately, I can't make it much bigger, but you'll see if I do that, it's a hard cut from the one scene to the next. Okay, if I use the dissolve, it sort of fades in. And you see, then because the next scene is dramatically different. So it sort of fades in, and then that cut isn't so hard. So, yeah. Okay, so now we've got him standing up, and then the next scene was where they were walking. And then that's Grok's version, which is way too fast. And then that was ChatGPT with the first soldier. And then this second soldier lifts his gun, whereas in the previous one, the first soldier lifts his gun. So you could, okay, so let me just change it to a hard cut and see. Okay, so he gets up. Oh, he does a weird little thing there. You see, sometimes, I like there. He's not going to be doing a little triple with his step. See, I want to cut that out. Because that just looks weird. Do you see, did you guys see that? He did like a little, like a horse losing its stride. Let's just see, which one was this? This was the one where the second guy lifts his gun. And that one is the one, okay, still the second guy. That's the one with the first guy. So you could, first guy, because there's a variance, you could actually, but now it depends. It depends whether you can cut those two together, because you don't want the camera going forward and then coming back out again like it does there. But if I go from there to there, let's just see. I can make that work if I use a dissolve. What do you guys think? Where's my filmmakers, Matt? I wonder if Grok is trying to be more realistic by making the shoulder, soldier, slip a little. Maybe, but it was just a funny little thing. So no, I don't know. Okay, let's just see, because I think this is going to be too long. We need music. We need to choose the music next. Okay, I kind of like the fact that they bring, let me just see, how does that scene end? Maybe I must just see how, did I now swap them around? I did. Fuck it. You know what? Let's just stick with the plan. So he gets up, and then you have them walking, and they disappear over the ridge. And then, okay, that was Grok's version. And then this is ChatGPT. Let's see. That cut is too hard. I'd rather have a little fade in. Yeah, that looks better. The gun already being up is a little bit awkward of a cut. Yeah, that's why I got rid of that whole scene. Okay, at this point, let's choose music. Any ideas? Because I'm thinking we don't want something too hard and fast-paced, because this is more of a meandering. That's abandoned. And this is all I need. Can you guys hear the music? Can you hear the music, Morris? Yeah, my husband says you can. Libby's Joy says, thank you, Discat Matt, and everyone chat for lurking. Okay. Yeah, hi to everyone and the lurkers. Okay, so you can hear the music. No, that song doesn't work. It's just a little bit too lovey-dovey soppy. Amaranth might have worked, but it's too soon after I just did it. The Bard song. Let's put the Bard song on just to see. We can play around with different songs to see which one works better. So I hope you guys aren't getting bored, because this involves a lot of going backwards and forwards. You know what? Let's just lay all the tracks down, and then we can mess around with the music. Okay, so that's the scene with the binoculars. There was 3 different versions. Okay, so there's that one. And then there's that one. The guy in front is basically doing the same thing, but then you've got that. Did that happen with the previous one? Let's just see. Futzak. If we just go forwards, we don't have to rewatch the whole thing. Okay, that was Grok's version with the... I kind of like that. You know what? We can use Grok's version after. Okay, so it looks, and then it zooms away. And then what does this one do? Isn't it nice with the sun there? Okay, it also does a cutaway. I think I like the first one better. Okay. I'm going to use the dissolve. And no, man, we've already got that scene. Sorry, I get lost. The Bard song is good for journey videos. I use the Van Canto version paired with the latest Dungeons and Dragons movie. Yeah, you guys must really go check out this Cat Matt's channel as well. What is the mood? Anjanette, did you see my ideas? What is the mood? Sorry, man. I'm so engrossed here that I'm missing on chat. Did you put them in here now? Okay, thank you. Did you post them here now, Debbie's Joy? Or let's just see, Debbie's Joy. Tired lurking. Letters idea, birth of a son in awe, ecstatic, wife leaving, or an affair, in shock, parents ill or dying. Yes, those are all reasons why he is, the letter means so much to him. It's nice if a person was going to maybe make a longer thing out of it, you could then build on this and have him go home and confront what's happening and all of that. So this is what's nice about AI. Is you don't have to be a cat to draw a cat. So with AI, you've got, as long as you can recognize a good idea and be able to see what animation works and what doesn't, and what portions of and what's generated works, you can do this. In the past, you had to basically be able to write the story, but if you can read a story and know that it works without having to actually write it, that's fine. It is sad that for people whose livelihoods are affected by this, that's really sad. But all through the ages, you've had to adapt to whatever is happening, what's new. So instead of fighting it, just adapt and work with it and go with it. That's easier. When I became a financial advisor 30 years ago, things were different, and every other year something new comes in that you have to learn and do differently, and you can either fight it and waste a hell of a lot of time fighting something that's, let's face it, the whole system isn't going to change because I'm unhappy and I'm bitching about it. So then just adapt and make it work for you. So it's the same with this. If I, that has no training, can put together something that's fairly decent, someone with all that training can do way better than I can. So it's just a question of learning to use this to put your ideas across. Because imagine how much better you could do with all your training. Anyway, I digress. So we've got the binoculars scene, and then we've got the action scene. Oh, you know what I thought of doing? Because with this, it sort of ends there. But with the version that Grok created, they actually moved down the mountain, which is missing. You know what I'm saying? I can use that. So I'm going to use the Grok version because it's faster paced. But I think we can use it. Since you guys have watched this now like 50 times. Okay, so now we have action scenes. Now we've got to try and find ones. This was Grok's version. Okay, I didn't like that mushroom cloud. That was just a bit overkill. But unfortunately, that comes in very soon. That wasn't too bad. Geez, how long was that? That felt like a long 10 seconds. I think that one could work. I'm going to take that out. The birds. But now hear my song upon the dawn. Okay, that we can take out. Because that cloud thing was just weird. No, it's still a bit weird. Am I the only one who thinks that's weird? Are there any men left in chat? Did we only animate 2 battle scenes? I could have sworn we saved more. Let's go back there. Imagine. Go there. Okay, so here were the battle scenes. That was one. Oh, fuck. Sorry. Okay, so that was one. There was a second
Get
one.
down! Take cover!
We didn't animate. We didn't save this one.
Copy! Suppress it!
Yeah, there was a lot we didn't save.
Incoming! Take cover! Moving up! Flank left! RPG down! Copy! Suppressing!
I'm saving all of these because this is a nice little action scene. So you can put together shorter cuts. You don't have to have such long cuts because this is action. It's fast paced. So you can, like, look at that orange bunt loaf, whatever the hell that was.
Get down! Take cover! Shot back! Right there!
Okay, that one we've got. Okay. So we've got some more action. Let's go back. And go back to videos and back to recently. So we've got all our action scenes there. So we basically just got to take what works. Okay, so they're going down the mountain, then they're checking out shit. I think that can come out. There. No. I don't even know if it's worth keeping in just for that. But this is action, so we can have shorter scenes. Let's just see if we can maybe. I suppose that could work. There. Okay. Now we need to find better action scenes. This one looks like exactly the same action scene, actually.
Get down! Take cover! Shot back! Right there!
Where would we? Oh, I must keep up with the chat. Sorry. The bard song is good for. Okay. Oh no, I am caught up. Yes, Debbie, and I also saw your idea. So maybe what we can do is in future, maybe just build on this and make it maybe into a short movie. You never know. Create it right here in chat. I just want to see what that is.
Get down! Take cover!
That one, I think, could go in here. Okay, and let's just detach the audio. And, okay, so we have that. Then we have them running down the mountain. And then there's actual action. Okay, there's an explosion, which is still okay. And that's still okay. And then we move into that. Okay, is that not just repeating that? No, I think that can work. Sorry, I just want to see something quickly. Okay. And then we had the aftermath, which... How did I not see all these action scenes?
Incoming! Take cover!
Okay, we got that. Okay, that one we don't have. Do we? No. And detach. Okay. So let's just see. Does all of this work? Where's the action people? Okay. Who are they fighting? Zombies? Another army from another country? Who knows, Mystic Girl? It's just a short little sequence, and the letter is supposed to have some significance. It was just for us to create something. Okay, I still think that letter, him running with the letter, just looks lame. Because, I mean, how do you go from that to him running with a letter. I don't know. I think it's daft. Unless I take that out and we go from there to all the Skopskieten Donner and put that scene in there. Now, which scene was it? I think it was that one. No, it was the Grok one. The Grok one had them running down the hill. Okay. And then cut to where they out of range. So then that will transition a bit better into them walking again, even if he is walking with his letter, which is really lame. Nee man, fuck it. Sorry, it needs to go there. And then the letter looks weathered and and then let's just see what he does there. Oh, that one zooms in a little bit more. I like that. Let's just see what happens here. A certain mode. I always go for cinema real. But in my Africa videos, there were some that were done in painterly mode. There were some that were done in cartoon mode. Some of the images were done cinema real. And I didn't realize at that stage that you could, I just thought you take what you get. And I didn't realize you could specify the quality or what effect you wanted in ChatGPT. And then also to carry that over to Grok. I hadn't learned then that you can use Grok to write your, ChatGPT to write your animation prompts. So, you know what I'm saying? It's a learning process. And the only way to do it is to actually go and play around yourself. And I mean, you don't have to start with long things. You saw what we did now, a minute. And it's something decent and something I would definitely post on my channel. And I'm going to post it tonight. And we can always finish it and make it something better. Let's see. Mystic Girl, you must be a writer because you're cooking. She was thinking more of the father. The father fears that his son goes to war, he'll end up like him. Yes, that's a nice narrative. Bitter and hardened by the war, forgot to add that. Yes, that's a brilliant idea. Because, I mean, you know, already just that little piece with the music evokes so many emotions and directions that you can go in. And this is what makes it fun. So I'm looking forward to animating this whole thing now. I'm inspired. But anyway, I've waffled on now for almost 2 hours. Thanks for everyone that stuck around to the end. Let me know in the comment section if you like. If you aren't subbed, please sub. And also to everyone that dropped their links in the chat, if you guys can sub to them as well, that'll be awesome. So I'm going to say goodbye. And I'll see you tomorrow night, and then we'll come up with a different concept for tomorrow. Unless you want to drop comments in the comment section of this video, for if there is something specific that you would like to create for tomorrow night's stream. I think we leave this now because we've done that now. We can always come back to it afterwards. I think it's important that maybe we do something different, maybe something from a comedic element. Maybe try something in a different style, like in actual Disney style animation instead of cinema real that I always do. So yeah, there's lots we can do. But thank you so much everyone for joining, and I hope you have a lovely evening further. See you.